Hello, Thrivers, and welcome all of you on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are, in LinkedIn Nation. I I welcome all of you. Today we're here with the amazing Tracey Lawrence, and Tracer is a speaker, a trainer, an author. She enables companies to support and retain valued employees by focusing on the challenges of this growing epidemic, family caregiving. In her humorous and approachable style, Tracey takes her audiences to a journey through the complexities of the current crisis through the lens of her groundbreaking book, Dementia Sucks, right? And she lends her expertise to audiences throughout the New York metro area and is available for international groups. Her message saves lives. And I got an opportunity to meet her recently at an event. And I gotta tell you, she is just the most wonderful person to be around. And it was really a delicious experience to get to meet you in person and chat with you like that. And I was able to share, like I shared personal stuff. I don't know, like she just opens you right up and you start talking and all of a sudden you're telling her your whole life story. So thank you and welcome to Knowing Your Network. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, Jose, first of all, thank you so much. That was such a lovely introduction. I thank you. And I'm so glad to be here with you today. I'm very excited to talk about what I'm doing these days because a lot of really wonderful stuff is coming to forth. I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to walk my path and do the most good in the world. And it's been difficult because as you may know, a lot of the stuff that I talk about scares the crap out of people.
Yeah.
And so, they have a tendency to turn off and not want to talk about grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been an education, and I'm very excited to be in this phase because I know that I'm on to my next thing, and it relates to all the other things that I've been doing, but it is a culmination of the learning that I have done over the last few years, trying to figure out how I could have the best impact on people's lives, and in a way that would actually allow me to make a living at it. So
I got it.
Yeah. So it's been a real it's been a revelation. So
excellent. Then so that brings us to our first question, which is, what is the problem that you solve?
Well, there are over 6 million jobs in this country that aren't filled. And businesses are scrambling to attract and retain great people. And I realized that there is a huge disconnect for a lot of these employers because what they don't understand is that the people who are most desirable are impacted by this hidden epidemic. That hidden epidemic is family caregiving.
Wow.
So there aren't too many people who know as much about family caregiving as I do. And if you've read my book, then you'll know a little bit about what some of the challenges are. So, and I have been in the last several years helping people directly, dealing with adult children of aging parents, for the most part, who are trying to navigate, trying to figure out how to live their lives while doing right by their loved ones. And something that many people don't understand is how dangerous caregiving is to the people who are giving care.
Hmm.
There's my grandfather clock.
Oh,
So
we knew that was happening. That's good.
so I am on a mission to save the lives of these people, because half of the people who are family caregivers to people with dementia die before the people they're taking care of.
Wow.
And if they're a spouse, that number jumps to 63%.
Wow.
Yes. So I want to save these people's lives. And when I am talking to them directly, there's a lot of reluctance, because human nature is that, number one, we practice denial. So when we see that something is happening with someone we care about, we have a tendency not to want to confront it.
Hmm.
So we deny that there's a problem until we can no longer deny it. And then we procrastinate because we think, all right, well, I know what the problem is, but I got time. The problem is that we generally don't have time. And for years now, I have been fighting human nature. But now there's this other component. There is a business interest. There is a financial motivation in entities that have the money and the desire to fix this problem of not having stability in their workforce. And I can show them how to actually improve their prospects and at the same time save the lives of these people, because it involves the same people. So that's the problem that I solve, and it's a big one, and it's taken me some time to figure out how to approach it in a way that solves all these problems.
And it sounds like the people that you work with is the actual corporations themselves.
Yes.
that are looking for this talent. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I'm seeking a company right now to create a pilot program. And I have been approached, have not gotten a firm offer yet, but that's my goal for this year, is to find the company that will work with me to create this pilot program. I was contacted by a young woman who works for a pharmaceuticals company, an international pharmaceuticals company. And she, in the last couple of years, recognized that her mother had dementia. She knew because she was looking in her mom's medicine cabinet and saw a drug that she helped to get approved. So she knew what it was and what it did. So she had that holy crap moment where she realized that her mother had dementia, wound up bringing her mother to come live with her. And she was talking about a predicament with somebody at a party, and that person had met me and recommended that she buy my book. And she did. And then she reached out to me through LinkedIn. Okay. And we started, right? And we've since met on several occasions, and we've talked about what a program would look like. And she has been, she tried to get me seen by her wellness people. And, and we got only so far, and then she got promoted. So she had all this additional responsibility on top of her. And at the same time, she's caregiving her mother. So.
Yeah. So just for everybody's clarity. So what you're proposing is you're going to put this program together. There are these really talented people out there that aren't in the workforce because they're caregiving for their parents. And what you want to do, or they're stressed out, or they are,
or they're actually, they are in the workforce already, still, but because they are, they're being pulled, right? Many of them have aging parents, and they also have kids, and they've got a career.
And so their performance starts to suffer. So what you're proposing is you're going to put this plan together that helps them get organized around that.
Yes. And to give them the resources that they need, have it at the ready, so that when they need to take time off, when they need to be with their loved one, or when they're faced with a challenge and they don't know what to do about it, we can provide them with resources that will enable them to meet the challenge more effectively, and so that they can be more productive at home and at the office.
Awesome.
And there are other aspects to this also, building teams at the office, creating an atmosphere that actually enables them to say, you know what, I have this issue. Because most people don't want to talk about it. They're afraid of losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Or being regarded as less efficient or effective than they would be. Yeah. So, and a lot of times they get called to a crisis and they disappear and their employer never sees them again.
Wow.
Happens a lot.
Yeah. So what are some examples that you could give us of client success that you've had, or somebody you've worked with that had this issue and you got them through it?
Well, I have worked with a number of individuals in their families, and help them to make smarter decisions. I'm very proud of a couple of situations where we helped a family where the mom was living with this couple in their home. She's 94 years old.
Wow.
They took her into the house when she had broken her collarbone and she needed to be cared for. So they brought her into their house, and oh, it's so great to have the whole family together. Fast forward a year and a half, the daughter-in-law is ready to kill herself. And her husband, who loves her very much and loves his mother, wants the best for everybody, but he doesn't know what to do anymore. And so my team and I came in and we came up with some really great solutions. They didn't realize that the mother, that the 94-year-old mother was demented.
Mm.
And from the moment I met her, I knew that she was.
Yeah.
It was early, but there were things that happen with dementia that are that make people a lot more difficult to deal with. So we were able to make some recommendations that really saved this family. We recommended a respite situation so that the mom could move into a new facility that was great for her, where the kids could see her and where they could say, "Hey, Mom, it'd be great, for you to stay here for a little while we figure some things out," and it was a great solution for this family. And then there were other things that came up, and as they came up, we helped them deal with the challenges one after the other.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and another family, when they came to us, they were freaking out because they were running out of money, and their mom lived in her own house with 24/7 caregivers, and they were at a place where they were going to have to dig into their own money to help mom, because mom was running out of money. And we helped them to come up with a solution that, first of all, we replaced the caregivers that they had with far less expensive caregivers who are actually better.
Wow.
People don't realize, it's an expensive undertaking. Wow. And we also helped them to get appropriate financing against the mother's house so that they were able to harvest equity out of the mom's house, pay for the caregivers, and not have to bankrupt themselves
in the process.
Yeah, and mom was able to die in her own home the way she wanted to, and once she was gone, now the kids are selling the mom's house, and there will be money left over. Wow. So not only didn't they plow through their money, but they respected mom's wishes. They gave her the life she wanted.
And the dignity that she wanted.
The dignity that she wanted, and they come out of it ahead of the game. So I love being able to do that for people, and it makes me feel great when I can come up with these solutions that help people to thrive and maintain their health and their dignity and their money, So
good. So now I have a completely different question. We're kind of changing gears here. What are you curious about? What are you up to these days? What's fun? What, like if you look, what are you doing? What are you investigating?
Well, actually, what I'm really excited about is that I have the honor and privilege of being the keynote speaker on a dementia-friendly cruise in June.
My goodness.
I'm going to be on the Queen Mary 2.
Wow.
Yes. And what's really cool is this cruise line allows caregivers and their loved ones to come on the boat, and the caregiver gets the respite and the vacation and the downtime that they so desperately need, while their loved one is being watched by specially trained professionals who take care of them during the entire cruise.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And I'm going to be talking about caregiving and self-care and all that good stuff, helping these caregivers to live their best life, helping them to understand, if they're still working, like what they can do for themselves in the context of, the people they work for. And I'm so thrilled. And I'm going to be in Boston for the 4th of July, which is so awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything that I should have asked that I didn't ask?
You could ask me about where people could find my book.
Well, I'm going to do that next. I'm going to ask how they get in touch with you, how they find your book. But is there anything else that you wanted to share with us, whether you're up to, you're doing, or people can go see you speak or something?
Well, let's see. I'm working on a lot of projects for the coming year that range from, I help families with high school age kids to figure out what they should do after high school, which isn't always college. And I have a team, it's called College Maze. So we help families to figure out how to plan for it, how to pick the right institutions, and how to help their kid get through it emotionally intact and with a degree that means something and without a boatload of debt. So that's something that I do. I'm also conducting, I developed a workshop called Please Speak for Me, which helps people to understand that everyone needs an advocate. So if we get sick, we've got somebody on our speed dial who is appointed legally to speak for us, so that when you need help, when you're in the hospital, when you're most vulnerable, you've got somebody who can come down, who's got a piece of paper that says, yes, the doctors can talk to you and can represent you and your wishes, so that if you are too sick to be able to speak for yourself, you've got somebody who can speak for you.
Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, this is amazing stuff. And I'm sure there's so much more, but what I want you to tell them now is, how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, great. Well, I have two websites. One is called grandfamilyplanning.com. And that's where you can learn about stuff that has to do with caregiving, and I have special site places for individuals, businesses, and governmental agencies who want to know more about my topic. Then I have Tracey, TRACEY, as in Sue, Lawrence.com, and that's my speaker trainer website. So it talks more about my speaking programs and my training stuff. So there's that, and all of my media is on the site. And of course, on both of my sites, there are ways that you can contact me. So those are really the best places to go. And incidentally, if you type in dementiasucks.com, there's actually a little site for Dementia Sucks as well. So
good.
And they're all connected, so you can find me really easily.
And they can buy the book there.
Well, there are links to go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, And you can actually, if you've got a bookstore that you like, you can walk in and say, I want Dementia Socks, and they can order it for you because it's on the Simon & Schuster database. Simon & Schuster is a distributor. It's published by Post Hill Press. So you can get, anybody who wants this book can get it if they want it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, with that said, I thank you and I honor you and thank you for the work that you do in the world, because it makes a huge difference. And I'm really excited to have had you on the vlog today, and I really look forward to hearing all about what you're up to.
Jose, thank you so much. It's really a privilege, and it was so great being here with you today. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from your people, because there's a lot of work to do, and yeah. I'm here to help folks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.